This is Tom Fox. I live in the Texas Hill Country. On Friday, July 4th, Kirk County saw the worst flooding it has ever seen. At this point, as I'm recording this podcast, nearly 70 people have been found dead, and there are many, many more people still missing. I'm going to ask you to please consider a donation to the Hill Country Flood Relief Fund. I've listed it in the show notes. I know it's a little bit unusual to make this request, but I can't tell you the tragedy that has unfolded in my home county over the 4th of July weekend. Thank you for your consideration. And now, on to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News for July 15, 2025, the Fighting Workplace Bullying edition. And begin with that story from the Financial Times that the Financial Conduct Authority in the United Kingdom has taken steps to crack down on harassment, bullying, and cover-ups that can make office life hazardous. These are, we previously reported on the FCA is going to ban NDAs, but the FCA wants to stop companies from using what they call gagging clauses to silence victims of harassment. And they believe this will make workplaces safer and more harmonious. Of course, businesses are against this, and they say that politicians, or businesses rather, have complained of mission creep by regulators that threaten economic growth. Hard to know how slapping an NDA on someone fosters economic growth, but there you go. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, U.S. law section, tariff fraud is a big front on the Trump trade war issue. Now, trade lawyers saying that as tariffs skyrocket, so do the incentives not to pay them. While the DOJ is obviously shifting its priorities, there are a large number of companies who the DOJ and the government are concerned may try to avoid tariffs. If you avoid tariffs, well, you have now defrauded the federal government, and that's now a False Claims Act claim. So whistleblowers can file lawsuits under the FCA, the False Claims Act, and you can, if the Justice Department picks it up, then the whistleblower can conceivably get up to 30% of the award. So whistleblower claims for trade fraud may be becoming a thing. Next up from the New York Times, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced he will suspend the country's police minister and inform a commission to investigate allegations that the minister protected allies within the country's criminal underworld. The allegations were leveled by a top commander in the southern province of KwaZulu-Natal, and also said that the former police commissioner had shut down a unit that investigated political killings in order to shield them from scrutiny. This is certainly a high-profile matter in South Africa, and the president really needs to get on top of this one. And finally, if you're an airline, when was the last time you checked your fuel switches? Well, after the initial reports of the investigation into the Air India crash of the 787 and the fuel switch issue, it's unclear why the fuel switches may have been turned off and what this might mean for both airlines and Boeing going forward. Over the July 4th weekend, we had perhaps the worst tragedy to ever hit my home county in its history over this weekend, and myself and my family are fine, but multiple others who lost loved ones, lost family members, are obviously not fine. So if you can find your way to help with any donation, I would greatly appreciate it. This is Tom Fox. Thank you very much. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.